Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started once again. So welcome. This is for New Mexico Senate District 12. This being the district, Jay Block is out of town. He is in Germany for work. Thus, it is Phillip Ramirez is the candidate for District 12 that is with us today. We will go through the same format that we have done with the 1 minute opening, 1 minute closing, plus questions. It'll run about 12 to 15 minutes, as each candidate today that has been representative up here has received between 12 to 15 minutes of time. That being said, I'd like to go ahead and welcome Phillip Ramirez for District 12 and start off with your opening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Phillip Ramirez, and it's an honor to be here with all of you and the dedicated residents of Senate District 12. As a proud seventh-generation New Mexican, deep-rooted in our community, I believe that with my deeply commitment to fostering prosperous and securing a vibrant future for everyone in this district. As a lifetime resident of Albuquerque, a family man and local business manager, I've worked closely with our local businesses to foster strengthening our economy. I am focusing on trades and building our trades in our high school education so that we can bring back our education in the trade aspect to support our local economy.
Thank you, Phillip. All right, let's get started with the questions. First question, Tracy.
Okay, this is a 1 minute question, and it's regarding healthcare. How should New Mexico go about resolving the doctor shortage in the state?
Go ahead.
So, thank you. So that's a great question. Being that what we need to do is, from knowing people, especially family members that have left to go practice elsewhere, what I would like to do is work with the state to entice residents from UNM to be able to commit to New Mexico for 6 years. And what our commitment to them is developing a grant system to where we can give them X amount of dollars to put a down payment on a house. But the requirement is that they stay within New Mexico for that term. And by doing that, we're bringing in more people to be able to serve the needs of our elderly, our veterans, and our youth, which are the ones that are being affected gravely by the shortage of doctors and healthcare professionals.
Thank you. Our next question.
Okay, this is also 1 minute, and it's on childcare. What can be done to expand access to affordable childcare, and how can the state work to support both providers and working families?
That's a great question. So childcare, especially working families, being someone from a working family, we struggle to find the ability of a dual employed house where my wife and myself are working, and finding childcare has been very difficult. And so what I would do is I would advocate with the state to find abilities to offset cost or give the opportunity to give free childcare to those of the middle class and lower income. Because like most, the working class, it takes 2 jobs to be successful, and what we need to do is support those people that are building our economy, building our future, and investing back in our economy. So by offering grants or tax breaks and incentivizing these child care facilities to be able to bring in more children to be cared for.
Thank you, Phillip. Tracy, next question.
Okay, also a 1 minute question, and it's regarding elections. At the state level, what can be done to moderate the extreme divide in politics that have alienated moderate voters?
I think outreach. Our local election, we trust that and we pray that everything is ran fairly and equally. I grew up watching my grandma a poll worker in the North Valley, and it was kind of cool to see that as a child, right? And to see that not only Republicans or Democrats, but everybody collectively comes in to work together to streamline a fair election. And so I think that what we do is we work with our Secretary of State to give more education, to be able to say, hey, this is what we're doing locally and in a state, and this is how transparent we are. Everything is fair, everything is accessible, and if you have questions, sign up, volunteer, help us out, let's make it fair. Let's keep it fair.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Tracy, next question.
Yes, this is a 2-minute question, and it's on the workforce. What initiatives would you consider addressing workforce shortages in key industries, and how can the state better support the development of high-demand skills?
I love this question. Being that I'm a plumber, pipe fitter, and a local union guy, this is what I've been campaigning about. You know, focusing on children and our youth, and especially juniors and seniors in high school. What I would like to foster is a pre-apprenticeship program where we bring in the trades. You know, we have a lot of trades professionals, a lot of the unions and even non-union trade apprenticeship programs that have licensed educators. What I would like to do is bring them into the high school, start with like a beginner plumbing or beginner carpentry, and then their senior year go to intermediate. And what we do is we focus on developing these kids or young adults while they're in high school. What we're doing is we're teaching them a skill. We're teaching them the ability to expand on any kind of education besides the general education. We're teaching them fiscal responsibility, and we're investing in our economy because once they graduate, they have the ability to go to an apprenticeship program. They can go work for a local union. They can go work for a non-union company. They can put back into our economy the way we're training them in the school education. You know, I'm trades, but I'm also a person that is in debt from financial aid. I tried college, and college is not for everybody. So when we invest in our kids and we build our future. Our kids, whether it's elementary, middle school, and high school, it's building our future and getting those kids to get the knowledge to be able to give back to our local economy, to be able to teach their own kids, to be able to help out the community, and to be able to just learn to work with their hands and be successful.
Thank you. Tracy, the next question, please.
Yeah, this is also going to be a 2-minute question, and it's on housing. Housing prices and monthly rent has almost doubled in the metro area, making home costs a larger part of each New Mexican's payroll. What actions could be taken to address the affordable housing crisis in New Mexico?
So, addressing affordable housing in New Mexico. I know the federal government is pushing a lot of funding to be able to address this issue, but what we need to do, again, is streamlining what I've been talking about, education and trades, is bringing infrastructure in, bringing the ability to have running water, sanitary systems, natural gas, solar systems for power, and build the infrastructure to these remote areas, right? We have a lot of diverse land, open space in Rio Rancho, especially in Rio Rancho, where we need to invest in the infrastructure to be able to say, hey, we're building these apartment complexes that are more attainable, more affordable for you to be able to be a thriving citizen in Rio Rancho. And also we could look at the possibility of saying, hey, you want to build a house? Well, let's see what we could do to help you build that house. Let's see what kind of infrastructure we can do to bring that forefront to you. It's all about the beginning. You know, we could talk about building a bunch of houses, but if we don't build the infrastructure, we're never going to be successful on building houses or building apartment complexes. And so that's what my streamline is coming in and saying, hey, I'm going to start from the ground up. You'll see me in a ditch cutting a live water main, and I'll be soaked from head to toe, but I bet you that's the happiest day I'm going to have because I'm doing what I can to give back to people to be able to have the ability to have a roof over their head, a warm house in the winter, a cool house in the summer, and the ability to thrive in our community and invest in our local economy.
Thank you, Philip. Next question.
This is a 1-minute question on infrastructure. Do you support the expansion of Paseo del Volcan to Interstate 40, and why or why not?
So, Paseo del Volcan, when I ran for city council 2 years ago, that was one of the big things that I did support. It's crucial to have a lifeline from I-40 to Rio Rancho, especially Paseo, all the way to the 550 corridor, because we need to have a route that brings the necessary products, right, to be able to build and entice solar companies or wind farm companies or any kind of technical service saying, hey, build in Rio Rancho because you can get here to Rio Rancho. What we can do is as we're building that road, we're going to be fixing the infrastructure. We're going to add water lines. We're going to add sanitary. We're going to have storm lines where we're doing water retention. And by doing the water retention, what we're doing is we're capturing all the rainwater and putting it back into our local ecosystem. And therefore, we're kind of saving and doing clean energy stuff. So investing in that is crucial.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Final question.
Okay. Also a 1-minute question on tax reform. What tax reforms would you consider making the state more competitive for business development while ensuring fairness for working class families in New Mexico?
So tax reform. I run my family small business. We pay gross receipts. I have 2 businesses of my own that I pay gross receipts tax. Gross receipt tax is essential to help fund some of these infrastructure projects. But what we need to do is we need to look at property taxes and taxes that affect the people that are, residents of Rio Rancho, residents of Bernalillo County, especially in our district, which District 12 splits Bernalillo and Sandoval. So what we can do is look at lowering property taxes, especially for veterans, having a grandfather that's a veteran, having a son that's a Marine veteran. I think that when they give their service to our country, we should thank them, and thanking them is by giving them the opportunity to not have to pay excessive taxes. And so, and then I want to zero out Social Security taxes for all our retirees.
Okay, thank you, Philip. And we're off to our closing. That was nice and quick, huh? 1 minute.
And nerve-wracking. Ready for me? Okay, awesome. Well, again, thank you. And like I said, I'm focused on investing in our local economy, Rio Rancho, Bernalillo County. District 12 is very important. And by investing in the infrastructure, what we're doing is we're building a future for our District 12 residents. What we're doing is we're investing in the local economy. We're investing in their education. We're coming together and we're saying, West Side Rio Rancho is open for business, and we are going to support you and build you and get you here so that we can invest in our local economy. And being a 7th generation New Mexican, I am here, I've been here, my family's been here forever, and I only went back 7 generations because, frankly, I don't know how many generations. So investment is crucial, and I'm here to say, my name is Phillip Ramirez, I am running for Senate District 12, and I can use your vote to be your voice in Santa Fe.
Thank you, Philip. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes Senate District 12.